Well, we learned this evening from Abe himself that he will declare a state of emergency tomorrow that will probably go into effect the following day for about a month. And this will apply initially to Tokyo, the city of Osaka, and five other prefectures that have registered a concerning rise in the number of COVID-19 cases in the last week or so. Now, this won't be a European-style lockdown. Japanese authorities don't have the legal power to force people to stay in their homes apart from absolutely essential journeys outside. So what will happen is that prefectural governors will ask residents to remain in their homes other than to go out for example, to buy food or to collect medicine or to take one session of exercise every day. We'll also have the authority to ask businesses to close. Now, there are no legal penalties. People won't be fined for going out without permission as they are in France at the moment. But what authorities here are hoping is that now this state of emergency has been made official, that people will do their best to stay home unless they absolutely have to go outside, and that peer pressure works perhaps more effectively in Japan than in many other liberal democracies, but they hope that now that Abe has said this, that peer pressure will come into play and more people will stay home, particularly younger people. A lot of the cases recorded in Tokyo over the weekend have been linked to people below the age of 50, and many of those in their 20s and 30s. And what health authorities fear is that young people in particular are just ignoring or pretending that life can carry on as usual, and they're going out to bars and restaurants in the evening and even singing karaoke in groups. So the hope is that this state of emergency declaration will bring that to an end.
Now, Justin, Japan was in fact one of the first countries outside of China to have cases of coronavirus. Why has it taken so long for it to declare a state of emergency?
I think initially the government's justification for not taking tougher measures was that the statistics didn't warrant that. As you said, Japan was one of the first countries affected outside of China, but for a long time the number of infections and indeed the number of deaths remained relatively low. People have explained that away, saying that, well, Japanese people wear masks during the winter anyway, during the flu season. They continue to wear masks into the spring because there are a lot of sufferers from hay fever in Japan. Of course, people tend to bow, particularly in sort of work and other social situations. There's less hugging and kissing than might go on in perhaps some southern European countries, for example. But what we've seen in the last week or so is quite a dramatic rise in the number of cases in big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. And, for reasons that I was explaining, that people, particularly younger Japanese, don't appear to have the same sense of crisis as their peers in other countries and have been going about business as usual. There's also a theory that now that Japan has had to postpone the Tokyo Olympics due to take place this summer until next summer, that people like Prime Minister Abe and the governor of Tokyo, Yuriko Koike, are being more serious about the need to take tougher measures to get Japanese people to stay home for as long as they can over the course of the next month. And when they do go out, to do something that I haven't really seen happen in Tokyo until very recently, and that is practice social distancing. Obviously, easier said than done in a city that's as highly populated, as densely populated as Tokyo.
Justin McCurry reporting there from Tokyo. Thank you.